I'm just gonna nickname Josh Baby Josh from now on.
Please do. Yeah, I can't believe you just said
We are
that. I wasn't
live.
around. What even born?
How dare he?
Oh,
Who
The
does he think he is?
well, no, we. Oh my gosh, I don't even want to get into it.
You guys, you crazy kids. I got oh, okay. I was like, I got another Zoom notification, but it was like telling me about the training.
Oh, last night I started watching um, Fargo, the series. Okay,
Oh,
did you say yesterday that Billy Bob Thornton was in that? Is that
Yeah,
what you said? I
yeah.
didn't hear you say that because if you had said that, I would have been on at that moment. If I don't miss anything he's ever in, he's
He's
like one of my favorite people.
he's one of the best characters in the whole show, but he's
yeah.
Oh
only
my
in it
God,
Isn't
it
that
wouldn't. I
show
don't
most
even
fucking
see
season
it
amazing,
going.
Debbie?
Huh? What?
Isn't that show fucking amazing
Yes,
so
and I was
far?
like, I didn't want to go to sleep. So I'm like, I want to keep watching. And I fell asleep, but I'm like, well, it was like well, I didn't see him at first, and finally my husband goes, "You know who that is, don't you?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." Okay, he goes, Landman, and I go, "Oh my fucking God, I cannot believe he's." I was like, "I missed you saying that yesterday." I'm like, "I would love him." Oh,
That's so funny.
his smart assness just fits him. Goes in everything he's done ever. I love him.
Oh, he's just incredible. And
Yeah.
so what, without ruining anything in Fargo, I think like just look for symbolism throughout the entire show. It's just cool. That's why I can rewatch it over and over is because there's like it's like a deep show. It's
See,
so
that would be the
interesting.
only way I could rewatch it. So I'll start
Mhm.
watching that for that.
Yeah.
Good. Yay.
Okay. All righty. Do you guys want me to start or do we want to bullshit a little more? What do we want to do?
Um, I'm just excited about this training because I know that you've been using it a long time and you like use it to the nth degree. Like, as busy agents sometimes will get this Popl card and just use it for the bare minimum, like their email, their phone number, and some contact info. So finding out from you, like how to really leverage it, like what listings to put on, what videos, like what's going to really help draw in, whoever the audience is for agents, buyers and sellers, for example. So I'm really excited for this. It's been a while since you've done one. So
Thanks,
and
Holly.
and is Greg with Popl? Is he a sales rep? I forget what his title was, but it's like we've had a couple meetings with him, and at least like once or twice in each of those meetings to be like nobody else is using Popl that way. Like you guys are using Popl in a way we didn't think about or we haven't thought about. So it's really like interesting to hear him say that. Or they're like, we don't really use it for this. Like the developers aren't working on that. And it's like, oh well, like that's what we care about is that part of it. So it's really neat to talk with the people from the company and hear their feedback on how we're using it too.
Yeah, that's a great point, Brian. Like, and we have the cool thing is we have a great relationship with Popl. They're an extremely successful company, and we have the one sales rep's ear, the account manager's ear, and we've got the CEO's ear. And so I think that that's incredibly awesome because they're a very successful company. Um, and I'm just going to go ahead and say it. We tried to do this with Link and it was a great product when it worked. And a lot of times it didn't work. And that's unacceptable. Like I have to be able to get my phone calls or my emails or whatever. So this is, like I say on the title card, a lead machine. Like people have to be able to get a hold of you. I did a story kind of advertising this training right up until or like a half an hour ago. And this is a true story. I was talking to an agent out of San Antonio this weekend, and he said that he had gotten a $20,000 commission last year because somebody got a hold of him after watching like a really cool listing video and they couldn't figure out how to get a hold of the agent that made it. And think about that, the agent probably spent about $1,000 making this beautiful content, and then they made it so difficult to find out how to get a hold of themselves. So the first thing I want to tell you guys is what you want to do. So we're going to go through actually how to curate your Popl digital business card. But what I want you to do is make your Popl link your link in bio everywhere. That is the one link that anybody should ever click on ever again to get in touch with you. That's the link that should take them to your Zillow, your luxury presence website, your whatever. That is the one link that you put everywhere because you can always keep updating links inside your Popl. Okay. That way you'll never run into that problem ever again. So, I actually pulled this actual shot from a friend's Instagram. When he posted it a couple years ago, I laughed my ass off, but I also shook my head. Um, you know, paper business cards, you're just straight up asking for it. You're asking for your business card to get lost in the trash. You're asking for it to get tossed into a urinal, whatever. It's just, can you just imagine that being your business card and somebody seeing it in a freaking urinal? Like, and that caption, yikes, I'm guessing that meeting that didn't go well. So that really, like, when I scrolled past that picture on Instagram, that really impacted me. And this was way back in 2023, I think, but it was already when I was definitely on the digital business card train, and it just revalidated why digital business cards are so important. Why would you, when you have a really good interaction with somebody, or you networked with somebody, or you met a potential client, why would you leave it in their hands to follow up with you? I have never understood that. The only excuse for paper business cards anymore is if you live in an extremely antiquated state where you have to leave one on the table when you show a house, which I even hate that. It's like, hey, agents, don't be leaving your fucking business cards at my client's house. You know what I mean? Like, I don't get why people actually want that, but that's like crazy to me. It's like, we know that with Ring doorbell cams and everything that people have been showing your house. So where I live, luckily, that's not a thing anymore. I haven't owned a paper business card in several years. And it's so funny when I talk to agents about joining our brokerage or switching brokerages. One of the biggest things they say is, I just ordered 1,000 business cards with, my current company's logo on it or whatever. And I'm like, all right, well, that's $50. Who cares? But seriously, why are you still doing paper business cards? It's just, I'm telling you, by the end of this training, I'm hoping that you all will just be so turned off by paper business cards that Popl will be the only option for you. So, when you have a paper business card, you're just basically handing out this, little card and leaving it in the other person's hands to follow up with you. But when you follow the process that I show you to follow, you're going to capture their contact information. You're going to be able to follow up with them. You're going to drive traffic to your site or whatever process you actually have. So this is an example on the left-hand side of my current card, and I'm going to show you guys actual cards right now. What we're building today is another reason why I love Popl. I'll just go to my card in particular. Popl is the only company that I know where we can do little icons like this instead of having them all the way across. So for instance, Holly has hers set up this way, which is totally fine, where they go all the way across. But if she wanted, she could have it set up, because to me, it takes a lot less real estate and you're not scrolling nearly as much. Could you imagine if I had all these links just going all the way across? So it's really cool to be able to just have icons that are super recognizable. I want to have. So, Popl's the only company, only digital business card company that I know that actually does it that way. Moving my toolbar around here. Popl is also one of the very few digital business card companies that I know of that you can actually put a GIF up here, like a short video. So you could have a video that has movement up here, and then I embed actual videos into my business card. For me, because my target audience is agent facing, I'm going to have our NAR versus non-NAR training, like our latest true crime and real estate episode. But for you real estate agents, I want you to have your latest listing video that you're super proud of, because when you go to your next listing appointment and you whip open your card, or somebody clicks on your link in bio and they see that you advertise your listings that way, they are going to be next level impressed. Obviously you can have your Google reviews there. And just make sure, like I said, we're going to talk about like follow-up system and everything. I'm trying to click on the next slide here. Okay. So the big thing is, and if any of you would like me to audit your business cards at any point, I'm more than happy to do so, but don't get carried away with too many links. I honestly think I have too many links in my card. I'm going to cut back a little bit, but you kind of have to feel it out, see how the flow works, and then keep updating it until you're super happy with it. And I chose Debbie's profile picture because I like her headshot. But first of all, if you guys have known me long enough, you know my stance on professional headshots. And that is that nobody should have that same old like professional, arms crossed, looking at the camera. Be memorable, like be authentically you, be whoever you are. So in my case, this is me. I'm all fucking attitude these days, apparently, with a little bit of sex appeal. I guess that's my thing now. So that's me, and I'm not afraid to be me. I'm like tapping into my inner Kim Kardashian, I guess. And so is Debbie. And so the thing is, just be whoever you are. I love how Damien, he has the shot with his dog. Like, just be whoever you are, because this is your first impression with them, and that's going to be your chance to connect with them. So, but anyway, don't be like trying to make a non-professional headshot into a professional headshot. Try to get it as professional as possible. And with AI on our side, it's so easy to take your favorite picture of yourself and then feed it into AI and be like, can you make this like more professional? Can you make this look sharper or whatever? If you want our help with that, we're more than happy to help you. So let's talk about your bio, your headline in Popl. So this, you don't necessarily want it to say, just what you do. I talk to my staff about this a lot of times when they're going to approach an agent about something. It's always the WIFM. What's in it for me? We are in a sales business. We are selling ourselves. We're not selling houses. We're marketing houses, but we're marketing ourselves. Use my services to list your house. Use my services to buy your house. So really, what's in it for them? You need to be constantly reminding them what you do. So, mine, like leader of the only national virtual invite only brokerage, our training and support is unmatched. That's what I chose to say. That I'm hoping is a showstopper. Sometimes I'm putting the non-wokerage thing in there, test a few things out, but really you want to get their attention. So if it's realtor at my real estate company or real estate agent at my real estate company, I just don't think that's enough. Like, what really sets you apart? Do you have any statistics you can throw in there? Like, are you the top of what you do in a certain category? Debbie, for instance, I love her background, that she's, she's worked with the Dallas Cowboys. Like, she's really dig deep into what sets you apart, DC, Air Force retired, just what really truly sets you apart. What is somebody going to be able to relate with you over? They need to feel like they know you right away. So let's talk about what links you should have up there. And I'm going to go over a few people's cards here. But for me, what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to waste any of this precious real estate by saying email, call, text. Why? Because save contact is right here. It's right here at the top. So I don't want a call icon, an email icon, a text icon, because number one, if they click that, they're not sharing their information with me. So what do I do here? Here's something else I love about Popl. The first thing, if they click save contact, well, they either have to put an email or SMS here. So let me just do email, and it fills it in really conveniently. So receive contact. Then here's the optional part. Share your info back with Sandy Lynn. So I can put my first, last, my phone number. It filled in my email since I already gave that to them, company name, but then you have the ability to add questions if you want. So for me, again, I'm agent facing. So I put, are you an agent? And there's like a drop down. Do you want me to contact you? Yes, text me, call me. No, thanks. I'm just connecting. And then you can connect. Let me come back here. And then the home valuation or buyer guide, you always want to have a lead magnet of some sort. And my lead magnet is 30 days, my 30 days to closings playbook. You definitely want something that people can click on. Another lead magnet we can have that we already have in place that you guys can easily grab, just ask us for the link, is the seller's like getting your house ready, photograph ready checklist. We have that made in Canva. It's a template, and it's, branded to my real estate company and everything. So you could have that be your lead magnet. Like, hey, click on this if you want it. You want to kind of like give them something. Hey, thanks for, visiting my card, essentially. So my videos, because I'm doing trainings, I'm constantly pushing out content. My videos are updating constantly, but I think you would benefit very much from just a 30 to 60-second video. Who the hell are you? What do you do? And so I really think that video is super impactful. They need to get to know who you are. It's one thing to have like a picture of you. It's a whole different ball game to hear like the cadence of how you speak. Again, I use dirty language, and that's going to turn some people off, but that's going to make some people very much relate to me, and those people are very drawn to working with me. So it's very interesting, and it says a lot about being yourself. So make sure you are truly yourself and try not to script your video. So just do a few takes until you get used to it. And then hopefully by the third or fourth take, you're like, all right, I know exactly what I want to say. I know exactly how I want it to hit, and it doesn't need to be long. But where are your strengths? Are your strengths like holding new buyers' hands all the way through the process? Like, say whatever you're passionate about. And if you're not passionate about it, do not fucking say it, because people will be able to see right through you. So put whatever you're passionate about out there, like cooking, what the hell ever. Just let them be able to relate to you. So simple script, and then you can go from there. But you definitely want that call to action. People, you have to tell them what to do. It's so crazy. In the social media that links that I post, I'm like, comment this if you're interested. Make sure you click here to attend. It's so weird, but our brains, we have to be told what next steps to take. So make sure you have a clear call to action. Again, what I was talking about, imagine potential clients, buyers, sellers. That's your one link in bio. So that's going to be your first impression to them everywhere. If they're clicking from Zillow, Instagram, anywhere. And I'm going to show you a demonstration of how this looks. So somebody's on my Instagram right here, and they're going to see my links here. That's Facebook, but here's contact me. So they go to contact me, and boom, right away to my card. And here's everything. Here's, they can save my contact. But imagine if, you know, if I were you guys, I would literally have my intro video right under save contact. But imagine like how that looks. Other people, it's like, here's my contact information, and it's just my phone number, or they just have their social media. But if you actually have your business card set up, it is your first impression. It will look so slick. It will knock their socks off. And subconsciously, they're thinking, if they market themselves like this, how are they going to market my listing? And that can go either in your favor or against you if you're not marketing, right? Definitely, if be pushing your Google reviews or your Zillow reviews. I would push one platform, and I recommend it be Google and not Zillow. Why? Because Zillow could flip the script on you at any time. They could start charging you if you want to show people your reviews. You don't know. You don't own that platform at all. And they're pretty creative about charging agents. So I recommend pushing them towards like sending a Google review when you're when they're happy with your service. So and I wouldn't necessarily even wait till closing. You could do it during the transaction, like after an offer's accepted. Do it whenever they're happy. Okay. And also, if you're using our TC services, incorporate Kyle into that process. She definitely wants to make sure she's pushing out a, you know, please send us a review. It really helps type thing. She's very good about that. This is the name of the game though. We are in, so it's so funny because everybody's like, help me get leads. How do I get leads? Does your company pay for leads? Well, it doesn't matter whether we would buy you leads or not, because you guys don't even properly use them. You don't follow up with them. You don't properly convert them. I've seen it time and time again. When I've been at companies where they did pay for leads, nobody actually worked them. When you connect with somebody with an actual digital business card, that is like your warmest lead you're ever going to get. And so, first of all, don't fuck it up by using a paper business card. But second of all, definitely send them a text after you met. I like to send them like a GIF or something, like an inside joke about, hey, blah, blah, blah. It was really fun when we met at this networking event. And then whatever the inside joke was. However you relate to people, make sure that they're going to remember you. Do a quick follow-up. So what I would do for open houses is I would have a QR code to my digital business card, and I would make that the sign in. You know, this is how you're going to sign in. And at networking events, every time when they say, hey, can I get your card? I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't do paper cards. You do? Do you still do paper cards? And then I just whip my phone out right away, and I have a picture of it. I'm going to show you guys. Let me see, where is it? Okay, here it is. So right on my main screen, right here, I just took this screenshot, like literally right before the training. It has the QR code right there. It shows like lead, scan, whatever. I can press the scan and it'll light up the phone. You know how it does that and makes it super bright. Somebody can easily scan. Also, what I'll do is if I really want to collect their information, I say, oh, I'll text you my card. What's your number? So I text them my link. I have my link memorized, sandylyn.myrealestateco.com, but it's very easy for me to send, but in here, it's easy to send as well. So you can easily go to your own card and then send it. I can share on my phone and show you how in a minute. So I want to go through here, go through some cards, and then I want to do some more suggestions. But for me, again, I'm agent facing, so mine isn't such a great example, but here's what I would like to see. Your bio, something that sets you apart, save contact. However you want these set up, that's totally fine. But you notice I don't have my Facebook on here. Why? Because I don't check my Facebook. I check my Instagram and my LinkedIn. This is our company Twitch. This is how you can book a call with me. If you have people book a call with you, back when I was a producing agent, I had a buyer strategy session, and a seller strategy session. So have those two links. For me, for you guys, by the way, you can book a 15-minute pulse check call with me anytime. This is currently reserved for current MyRECo agents only. And then this is, if anybody's thinking about joining our company, this is for my staff when they need my input. And then this is for vendor partners like lenders and stuff like that. But whatever you do, keep it minimal so it's very clear to somebody what they need to click on, right? I try to just say what it is. Like, this is our trading. So it takes them to the training calendar, our training stuff. This is about us. That's our join. This is our Zoom room. So you guys can, if you go to my card, you can find our Zoom room. You can find our Glassdoor reviews. You can find our agent resources page. So that's even cooler. So this is, find. So if you want to go to my link in bio, just to remember how to get to the agent resources page, be my guest. So this is what I use mine. And then this is the join app. I was messing around to see if I wanted to embed our join app, and I don't. Why? Because I thought somebody would be able to like click here and then take it out of here. No, they would have to fill out the whole freaking join app like right inside of my Popl card. I'm not trying to do that to somebody. So again, it really should be trial and error for you. You should be messing around, seeing what works, seeing how the flow works. And sometimes you're not going to notice. You're going to be very proud of something until you're at a networking event and you go to share your card and you're like, oh, that looks stupid now that I'm in front of somebody. Just like how I'm right here talking this through with you guys. There are decisions that I'm going to make that changes the card up. So let's go to Holly's card. So Holly, she's got her cover photo, which looks awesome. She's got her headshot. She's got her color theme. That's another cool thing about Popl is you see I've got my orange. Holly's got her yellow bee. She's the queen bee. So she's got like a bee is always her thing. You're going to find a bee emoji like basically everywhere she's at, Slack, whatever. Try to be consistent with your branding, whatever you end up choosing. And so she's like clear systems, real support, calm leadership, admin contributor on real estate operations and leadership. Save contacts at the top. Add me as your agent on Zillow. Did you guys know we have a record label, MyRECo Records? Well, we do. And so there it is. We actually produce music. Holly says, here's my website, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, company website. Follow us at My Real Estate Co. Here's our company directory. And this is everybody. My directory is actually aimed at you guys again. This is our support staff. So I only have staff on here. Holly's like, hey, here's everybody in the company if you want to like talk to anybody, which is cool. And then review us on Google. So that's how she has her card set up. Let's look at Debbie's. And Debbie, I fucking love your cover photo. It looks amazing.
Thank you. I like the way it turned out, the whole thing. So yeah,
Good.
good.
And see Debbie's accent color. How beautiful does this look? You know, so she's got save contact, and look, she kept her links super minimal right here. So Debbie just, I did not realize this until recently because I used to have contact card as my first as well, but this is the contact card too. So it's like,
Yeah, yeah.
keep that in mind.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
And do you have an affiliate link? Is that why you've got create your own card down here?
No, I don't know why I have that there.
Okay.
No.
I mean,
Yeah,
I
I don't
think
know.
that's something you can do with Popl.
Well,
So
I
if you're not
could. Yeah, I
actively
could because
you're getting money from them.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, I don't have that there yet. So no, this won't do that. Okay.
And then Mickey. So I wanted to show you guys this. We have this automatically toggled on, but it doesn't have to be on. So you can either tell us to turn it off, and we're happy to turn it off. But if you keep it on, just know that when this pops up, you can tell them, like, usually I'm right in front of somebody. I'm like, hey, you can click out of that. You don't need to do anything. So all I did was click out of it. You don't actually have to put anything, and that takes the pressure off immediately. But you'd be surprised how many people actually fill that out. I mean, if they're clicking on your contact, they usually want to get in touch with you. They usually don't have a problem, giving you their information. But I really like Mickey's card because I actually didn't know the background and stuff like that could be changed. So I love how her card's set up. And then also you can have the icons be how, like, in their natural state. You don't have to have them, color coded or anything like that. So that's just a few different looks. Now I wanted to go over to the insights for Popl. So insights, here we go. So this is what it looks like when you use the company account, because oh, look at you guys. So we're gonna run a challenge. We're gonna start a challenge, and I think I'll announce it at this upcoming company meeting. We'll figure out a way for everybody to opt in, and then we'll start some sort of challenge where it's like, who can get the most, we'll figure out the metrics. Are we going to do leads, views, things like that? Okay. But it's funny because last week when I did the screenshot, I was in first place, right? And it's like for total views, of course, I'm sitting at what, almost 1,200, but for the week, like they're kicking my ass over here as well. So it's really neat that we can see, who's actually using their card, what's up here, look at these, metrics and everything. We could actually assign, a pipeline, a mentally monetary pipeline. And so it's pretty cool. It's cool to be able to like see that stuff. But people ask, how do I have so many clicks? And the answer, I believe, is because it's my only link. It's my only link in bio anywhere, and people click it and they click it. What's up, Josh?
I was just gonna say that I've only been using this when doing recruiting and sending it as a direct link to people. What's really interesting is I've sent it out like 140 times, but I'll tell people when I got on, hey, I'm going to send you my digital business card. What's really cool about this too is although I've got 4 leads, I have got 16 different followers across various social media platforms from people that I've talked to. And so, even though starting today, I'm going to put this in my link in bio, I was setting it all up, but I've been using it for a lot of the Texas people we've been calling. And I think it's different. I actually had one lady call me back and go, what was that? How'd you send that to me? Because I'd love to implement that in my business. So it catches
In what
people's
time
attention.
frame, Josh? How long have you been using it in 16 followers?
Yeah.
What?
How long have you been using Popl and you've seen 16 followers across?
I think, didn't you set it up originally for me like a week and a half ago, maybe?
I didn't want to say it. I wanted you to say it, but yeah, it's like
And my big thing is like there's no place that link is public for me yet. Everything has been a direct send to people directly. So it converts. I mean, I live in the lead gen world and it converts higher than anything else I've ever seen. So
I think the other interesting thing is like I had to basically twist Josh's arm to get his Popl set up and everything. And so I like hearing this because it's just, I think it's these digital business cards are the most underutilized weapon. I'm telling you, this is a secret weapon. I'm so excited for you guys to get it actually set up, actually dialed in. I really want to see, your success stories from it. I'm telling you, I got a lot of business from it, especially when I was producing. I would wake up and there were people that connected with me overnight in the middle of the night, and I would just, text them or email them in the morning and be like, hey, I noticed you connected with me. How can I help? Whatever. And it's your first impression, and that they feel like it's a non-pressure situation of getting a hold of you. They don't have to call you directly. They don't have to say anything. They're just clicking, but they know that they connected with you. So it's cool. The name of the game is follow up. You have to follow up. And so that's why we're going to do, a better follow up boss training. There's good follow up boss training out there, but I'm sure we can definitely show you how to best utilize follow up boss, because it's an amazing, incredible CRM that you guys have access to here at My Real Estate Company. And we want to make sure that, we can show you how to set up a Zap where it feeds directly from your Popl to your follow-up boss, and then they're automatically on a campaign, just everything. So there are so many things that you guys can do. This is like drinking from a fire hose. I don't know what you're used to from previous business cards. I don't know if you're coming from paper business card world or if you already had a digital business card world. Does anybody have any questions? Do you want me to audit any of your cards? Like anything, throw anything at me.
Yeah, I'm going to do some more with mine, and I'll have you audited after I get through, because this gave me some ideas. But yeah, this was great. That was
I
that.
wanted to point one thing out to you all. Did you notice that I said my Popl link is sandylyn.myrealestateco.com? I actually shut down my luxury present site. I personally believe that nobody goes to, as a residential agent, I personally believe nobody's ever on my website. They're on Zillow, they're on realtor.com. And I felt like for the people that want websites, that's why we buy luxury presents for you. However, I feel like it's a waste for me to take up a slot, because I've never had people like find me by my website or actually use it, or I'm either setting up searches for them from the MLS when I was a member of NAR, or they're on Zillow and they're sending me houses, but nobody's ever on my site constantly. So what I did was I said, hey, Holly, could I use my link, sandylyn.myrealestateco.com, as my Popl link? And she's like, why, yes, you can, Sandy. And so that's all you have to do. If you're not passionate about your website, there's no need to have it. I truly believe that we shouldn't tell. I just know that Zillow's done a lot of marketing. Realtor.com's done a lot of marketing. These people are already on those sites. And so I might as well be recognized as their agent on that site and not try to do that uphill battle. I'd rather they be like texting me they're in like the houses that they like from that site. I've just noticed that I haven't had a lot of luck when being like, hey, please stay on, my luxury present site or whatever site I'm using at the time. So that's awesome, Debbie. And especially if you're a member of NAR, I think it's a good play, because you're already using the MLS to set them up on their searches anyway. That's usually where you're setting up their searches. we're going to give more luxury presence training. The CMAs are beautiful, stuff like that. However, I just know personally with KV Core, Lofty, I've used all these websites in the past, and I've never had clients use them. As a company, they're coming to our company site, which is, I'm proud of our company site. It's beautiful. We want to have something you guys are proud of, but my personal link is actually, my Popl, and I can change anything I want on it. I direct them to Zillow, leave me a review on Zillow or whatever. Lastly, Holly and I are always at the forefront of technology. Okay, so let's just address Zillow. This is an aside. For anybody that's worried about Zillow tracking your information or your client's information or whatever, first of all, your clients are on Zillow. They are. Like, your clients are already on Zillow. Zillow already owns your client's information. They already signed up. They make you sign up with an account to even view these houses, right? So they already have your client's information. So how do we use this to our advantage? First of all, Zillow owns Loop. They own Follow Up Boss. They own Showing Time. And I don't know if I'm missing anything, but they basically own like real estate. So what we do is, first of all, we opt out as a brokerage in Loop to where they can't look at our information. In Loop, you have to physically opt out, and I made sure at the beginning that we opted out. I know to do that. I'm no stranger to that. So our brokerage is opted out. In Loop, your information is protected. Just know that. In Follow Up Boss, we can use this to our advantage. Holly and I are on a waiting list, and what we want to do is actually connect Follow Up Boss with Zillow. Why? Because Zillow already has your client's information, most likely. And if they don't, it's no big deal. But if your Follow Up Boss and Zillow get connected and your client does go on Zillow, they're going to get a pop-up that's like, hey, is Mickey McCarthy your agent? Just confirm yes or no. And if they click yes, Mickey's going to be the only agent they ever see on Zillow in front of them for 3 years. Mickey's face will be following them around. Any listing they're looking at, they can click contact my agent, send this to my agent, anything like that. I see Debbie. I think she's going to unmute.
Yeah, well, I'm super excited.
Oh, she's typing. Okay, cool. Yeah, and so they will not get client information of any client that's not already in Zillow. So if that makes you feel any better, they just don't, and it doesn't happen. So that whole, like, remember that one reel that like a bunch of realtors made, and they're like, oh my God, like Zillow connected to your Follow Up Boss and they can see all your clients' information. Well, yes and no, but all that was in the terms and conditions, it was saying, if your client already gave us their contact information in Zillow, we're just saying in Follow Up Boss that we want to be able to connect the dots. That's all it was saying. It wasn't saying, hey, if you have a Follow Up Boss account, we're automatically going to take all that client information away from you, and then like we own it now or whatever. So I just know that it's been a hot topic and a hot issue, and I'm all about making Zillow my bitch. So I want to be able to train our agents to leverage. It's like if you can't beat them, join them type thing, but it's not even a joining them thing. It's like leverage what they're doing to our advantage. What other questions do we have? Sir.
I'm just going to second what you said about the websites. A lot of agents have been given, we'll call it misinformation. But if you have a IDX website like we have with Luxury Presence, if you're not putting money behind it to get traffic to your website, you're not going to get leads from it. It's that simple. Now, maybe if you're in a super small market where you're the only agent, maybe because Zillow's not throwing, you know, dollars at that market, but it's highly unlikely. Zillow's SEO is so strong, and literally, they're spending almost millions of dollars in every single market on getting people to their website. You will never compete with them. So I totally agree. Find ways that you can leverage Zillow for your advantage because you're never going to beat them. It's not going to happen. Don't even try. So,
And this, by the way, when I was speaking on Zillow, and thank you for that, Josh, that's great input. I have not given Zillow, and by Zillow, I mean their lead system. I have not given Zillow a dime since 2017. And when I tell you the amount of discipline that that took for me to turn down those easy leads, especially in 2020, 2021, man, that was really hard because all my competitors were just like, "Oh man, I'm just closing all these deals and they just keep coming in from Zillow." But I knew that I didn't want to be dependent on Zillow leads. I knew that, and it turned into a great thing because I built a whole business off of social media and referrals and things like that. However, what I do endorse is Zillow Showcase, for instance, because if my listing is on Zillow Showcase for the low price of $299, I'm the listing agent showing up on there. I'm the first agent showing up on there. I'm getting the leads on that. And to me, that's a huge amount of, like, that's something that people pay thousands of dollars a month, like mortgage payments for over Zillow leads. So that's a good investment for them to, for me to pay that amount of money. And I'm not even saying like don't have a personal website or anything. If that's something that's important to you, that's why we invest in that for you. But if you're not using it, I just realized I wasn't using it. My clients weren't using it. So why would I put any effort into this part of my business? I'm going to eliminate it and then I'm going to like use the other tools that I have. So
Well,
this just
how do I make that transition going from Zillow taking the website off and doing Popl How do
yeah,
I make it?
Brian
Like
can
most,
help you.
yeah,
Brian and
Okay.
I would put it in your support chat, like most things. So
Okay.
just
All right. That's fine. Yeah, I can do that. Okay.
Mhm.
and
Um,
I'm telling you, like it's just like I never have some people will ask for my website and I'm just like I send them my Popl link and then they just go to Zillow and they just forget about it. I don't know what it is, but send them to the company website. I mean, if we ever get leads, we're giving them to our agents in that area anyway. And then Brian said he already noted it for you, Debbie, that he's gonna handle that.
um, yeah, and you'll still be in our luxury presence directory. So at the bottom or somewhere in there, it'll be like link to, my card, and then it'll send them to your Popl card anyways. So, I guess that's all I wanted to say.
Every agent and staff member, whether you have an individual agent site, is going to show up in our website. Like, so you'll show up for Texas, you'll show up for like, so it's just to me, yeah. Any
That's my main thing. I just want whatever I can do to make myself show up at every step of the way. That's where I want to spend my money, or that's where I want to concentrate on. It isn't
But that-
about trying to learn everything else.
Exactly. And that was
Right.
huge what Josh was saying about it's true. Like there's no
Mhm.
way that I can spend the type of money against Zillow. And another thing that Josh and I have talked about is that's the reason we pay a lot of money to Luxury Presence for our website and not so far we haven't done a custom website because with these IDX feeds and everything, they prioritize KV Core, Luxury Presence, Lofty, like the big dogs, right? If we eventually grow big enough to where we're doing a custom website, we would have to be huge because we would have to be considered a big dog by ourselves to have those IDX feeds. I don't know, Josh, you say it better than I do, but
So, uh, I'm trying to say this in the simplest way possible. Basically, in order for your website to run really well to help your SEO rating, you have to have a direct feed from an IDX. And the only way really right now to get that is through one of the big dogs, Luxury Presence, KV Core, those type of things. What happens with a lot of these brokerages and teams and stuff that build custom websites is they take bootlegged IDX websites that are rerouted from one of the big dogs, which there's a question if that's even legal, but that's what they're doing. They reroute that to their website and it runs absolutely slow. So, no joke, last year I consulted with a brokerage out of California. They spent $125,000 on a custom website. And I built a lead generation system around that website and it absolutely tanked because their website was so slow. And it was all because of the IDX feed that they had was bootlegged and it was just, it made the website load so slow. And so that's one thing. Like, if anybody wants to start running ads with any third party company through your website, talk to me first, because most likely I'll give you some advice on A, which companies to work with, and B, how that whole process will work. But the whole IDX feed thing is a whole nother deal as we grow that we're going to have to tackle as a company, and figure out what's best. So.
oh. So yeah, I hope you guys got something out of this training. It's, and we're here for you to anytime you want to consult or have me audit your Popl card. I'm more than happy to do that. But I'm interested in hearing your success stories once you actually implement it because I've seen so much. It's your secret weapon. I promise you.
Yeah, this was good. Really good.
Thanks. Holly, close us out.
All right. When in doubt, reach out, message us if you need us. We are here for you. We all started this morning with a blank slate at 0. So go out and talk to a buyer, a seller, or an agent today. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye. Mickey, are you sticking around?